darling. Let's yap and do some makeup. I have somewhere to be, so this face needs to be beat, but I thought, why not use it as an opportunity for us to get to know each other, because I think there's some things you don't know about me. So let's do this. I have a face full of makeup to use, and so we need to get into this beat. The first thing I'm gonna use is this Embryolisse concrete. It's basically like a moisturizer. And then I use ChatGPT to help me come up with some questions, because why not? So the first question is, what's my name and where am I from? My name is Kelsey Ariana Griffin and I am from Houston, Texas, born and raised. So yeah, been here my whole life. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Been here my whole life. And yeah, I feel like the funny thing about being from Texas is that, or maybe Houston instead, like being from Houston is hilarious, because I felt like Houston was always known as being that city, but really in the last, like, I feel maybe 5 years, a lot more people have moved here. And it's just kind of funny to see a city that was like really easy for me to drive in and stuff, and now like it is definitely populated now, and there's so many things that I didn't see growing up that now we have here in Houston, just because so many people have moved here. How old am I? I am 26 years old as of March 10th. Which is very interesting, because when I tell you 25 put me through it, okay? 25 put me through it. And that's all I have to say about that. I'm going to use my P. Louise base, cosmetic base here. And I use this all the time, and I use it for my lids to prime. I do not necessarily have an idea of how I want to do this makeup today. We're just gonna kind of go on the flow. Sometimes I will use the, either I'll use my outfit to help me plan my eyeshadow, or I will use Pinterest to help me give me an idea, because why work harder when I can just work smarter, okay? So it just kind of depends on what I need to do for that day. What do I do for a living? That's a great question. Currently, I work at a oil and gas company because I got my degree in finance at the Prairie View A&M University, baby. And that experience was really good. I love my HBCU. And so that's what I got my degree in. And again, I work at an oil and gas company. I have been there 3 years as of June, which is crazy to think about. But like, I graduated college 3 years ago. Like that is wild. That is insane. And now when I go back, it's just funny to see like how like the next class and like what's popular now and what do people talk about, the slang, right? Like so many things have changed, but I absolutely love my HBCU. I would recommend anybody to go in HBCU, just because again, I felt so much love from just Black people, right? And being around so many Black people who are so empowering. And I have mentors while I went there who really poured into me and really taught me about life, but also how to carry myself in terms of like corporate America, dealing with microaggressions. Like there's just so many things that you learn, but also too like just understanding life and what all comes with that. I just love my HBC, and of course we get down, we have fun, you know how I go. So that was also really cool too while I was there. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that for now. I'm gonna leave that for now. What do I wanna do next? Yeah, let's go ahead and prime my face. I'm gonna use the NYX right here, the face glue. Absolutely love this as a primer, and it's so affordable. It's so affordable. I am a NYX girly through and through. Ask me how many butter glosses I got. I can't even tell you because I have tons. I usually like getting their collection when they do like a set, whether it's like Christmas or whenever I just see a set go on Ulta, I always rush to get it because yeah, I love having all the different color options and things, so when I need them, I'm able to utilize the different colors. Okay, let me see. What inspired you to start your YouTube channel? That's a great question because I feel like I have been someone who was creative for most of my life, but I was not always good about documenting my creativity. And I think that's where most people, I think, do. Like, we just are creative on a day-to-day basis, but you're not really documenting it and showing it. And so I have quite a few friends and family members who were like, why don't you document it? And I was like, I don't really need to do that. And I realized, like, yes, girl, you do. You do need to document that. Like, if not even for my own memories and like keepsakes, but also because like I could do this, right? Like, this is something that already is my passion and fuels me. Like, I could also fuel other people, inspire other people, right? And then also at the end of the day, like, it's something I genuinely love to do, whether it's makeup, I love fashion, I love magazines, right? Like, I really do love to pour into myself. I really think others should as well, right? Should take the time to learn their hobbies and learn what they like to do, and then be able to actually grow and learn new hobbies and new skills, but also at the same time teach other people about it. And that's what I absolutely love about YouTube. Like, I love Jackie Aina, of course, like OG YouTuber, right? Like Desi Perkins, like OG YouTuber. Like, I love watching the OGs and seeing how like they create things, and it's just really inspiring me. So I was like, I should just go ahead and do this as well, because again, I love it anyways, and I was already doing it. But now, like I said, I'm actually posting it and showing others. So I know we look a little crazy right now, but I promise it's gonna come together. So I just primed my face with, again, the NYX glue. The next step will be the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Water Serum. I'm gonna check that out. I absolutely love this. This combo of this and the Universal Radiant Blurring Balm Powder, these two together in this Texas heat, chef's kiss. Eat down. It says, what kind of content do you make or plan to make? Well, I kind of told you, I love fashion, right? I love clothes. I love makeup, right? I love using my free will to do things. And I think that's just really important, not only as just like a Black woman, but also just as a woman in general, getting to know myself, getting to know what I like, getting to know what I don't like, right? Pouring into myself. Because again, I think a lot of times, whether it's as women or as Black women, that we aren't always pouring into ourselves. And sometimes other obligations take priority. And I just want to make sure that at all times, I'm making sure that I'm a priority. Because at the end of the day, none of this works if I don't take care of me, right? Like, if I don't take care of me, nothing else will work. So, yeah. Particular interest. What are your favorite hobbies or things you like to do for fun? My dad is a really big movie buff. So in our childhood home, we had a movie theater, and like that was something that we really loved to do. So I absolutely love movies. I love cartoons. And that's really funny as a 26-year-old woman, but I really do. I love both because what I grew up with. I love going to Barnes and Noble and getting the latest month's magazines. I love reading them, whether it's in Barnes and Noble or once I leave. So I absolutely love doing that. I have nephews, so a lot of my time is spent with my family. Again, I love watching YouTube. I'm really trying to focus on my use of free will. So I've been trying a lot of things that are definitely out of my comfort zone that I usually wouldn't do. And I think that's been something that I've really been focusing on with my hobbies is, again, whether it's trying new restaurants or, like I said, doing activities that I usually wouldn't do. So one of them would be, I did this thing called the first round, and it's basically where you go to dinner with strangers. I am now putting on the blurring balm powder from Danessa. Or you go to dinner with strangers and you basically sit there and have dinner. And of course, when I told family, friends, and a few coworkers, they absolutely thought I was crazy. I mean, crazy. They were like, why would you do that? Why would you want to go have drinks with people you don't know? And it's like, yes, I don't know them. But again, I need to get into the habit of being able to converse, right? And there's just nothing like community, whether you know someone or you don't, like being able to sit somewhere and have a conversation. And I think that truly shows us, like, you might think, oh my gosh, nobody's going through this but me, but you have little to no idea what other people are going through. And I think it's just really good for us to sometimes, again, put ourselves in other people's shoes, but at the same time, like, show us that we can do these things and we can go out, we can meet people, especially right now in society where, like, there's so much going on and it feels like joy isn't always easy to find. Like, you really have to create your joy. And I feel like, again, all the hobbies that I'm doing right now, like, are doing that for me, because I do want to do kickboxing. I've never done that. I want to give that a try. Right? I am meeting people who have Bible study groups and golf organizations, and, like I said, just things that I'm like, okay, sure, sign me up. Like, I'm really trying to make sure I'm using that sense of free will, since I, at the current moment, have hobbies, but I would like more. Like, I love cooking, I love baking, like things like that, but those are very singular, and I want to do more hobbies in a group setting. So I'm going to do my eyeshadow and let my face continue to dry. And now I'm going to do eyeshadow. I'm going to be using the Morphe / Meredith Duxbury palette. And when I tell you, this palette is so good. I got it at Ulta on sale. And when I tell you every color eats, let me show you. Like, do you see all of these colors? Wow. Obviously, I've hit pan on one of them over there, but these are so pretty. I want to see what I can create today because I don't necessarily have an idea of what I want, so which means I can do anything. It asked me, what is your favorite movie, TV show, or book? Ooh, that's a great question. What's my favorite? My favorite TV show of all time has to be Monk, and I love that. Love Monk. I think Monk is so interesting. I feel like if they ask who would describe how would I describe myself based on a character, it would either be Dwight Howard from The Office or Monk, because they are truly who I feel on the inside. I love being able to eat the same thing every day. I love being able to wear the same thing every day. And so I feel like they're that. And then I love that Dwight doesn't really get sarcasm. And I'm not really a big person on sarcasm. I feel like after working like corporate America, I feel like kind of helps you like understand sarcasm a little bit. Because again, like I said, just because somebody says something like doesn't mean like they're serious. And so that's kind of funny, but I really do love those two. So I gave you 2 TV shows. What's my favorite movie? I really don't have favorites. Like there's things that I like a lot, but I'm not really a big favorite person. So I would say probably The Princess Bride is one of my most treasured movies. I love that. I love National Treasure. That's another movie I love. Let me think. Obviously like The Devil Wears Prada. I really like that. What else? I love like The Secret Life of Bees. That's another one I really like. Yeah, that's a hard one to like choose. Yeah. And then book, I can't choose a book. There's so many good ones and I wouldn't be sure how to choose one. What is my favorite artist or band? Again, not a big one on favorites. Not a person who don't favorites. There's just things I like based on the day. So my favorite music artist, this is so tough because I'm not sure I can just pick one person. Like it just really depends on the day. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use my favorites on Apple Music and see like what is it saying? Who are you guys saying that my favorites are? Because I will tell you if you are right or wrong. Okay, like I've got Doja Cat in here, I've got SZA, I've got Megan, I've got Jasmine Sullivan, Alicia Keys, Toni Braxton, Destiny's Child, Brandy, Anita Baker. I do love Anita Baker. I love Toni too. I love Toni. Jhené Aiko, really like her. Ari Lennox. Like it just kind of depends. Like I think when it comes to music, I have a lot of different people to pick because we have like my parents' music, right? Like older R&B, love older hip hop, really love that. And then I've got like me and like what I like, and again R&B, hip hop, Afro beats, house music, right? Like of course Christian, gospel, like there's just so many things. And then of course based on like how I was raised in the schools I was in, like there's a lot of like different random people that you might be like, what? I can't believe she listens to that. But I do. Like The Fray, I love The Fray, right? Like, that one's like, what? I love Demi Lovato, love her, very good. And so there's just so many different people. I love a good Selena every now and then. Gomez, like I like her. So it just kind of depends on what we're doing. And I think being in all those different cultural like settings really expanded my music. And so what I like really depends on the day, on the mood, what I want to do. So yes, what's your go-to comfort food? That's a really good question. I'm gonna take this Morphe Hot Shot Sun Drops. I absolutely love this, but I do have to put it on the back of my hand because it is really pigmented and I will be bronzed a lot. So that's why I want to put it on the back of my hand. I think you said what was your go-to comfort food? I think that's where we were. Go-to comfort food. That's a really good question. Because that really depends on the day. Like, I think I really love pho. See how pigmented that is? See that? See why I have to be careful. I really do love pho. I love that. I would say a lot of my comfort food, I feel like it's something like my mom would make. So whether that's like, let me think. I love when she makes like Salisbury steak. I love when she makes, I think this is so hard because she's such a great cook. Both of my parents are really good at cooking, which is something I really admire about them, especially my dad, because I don't always know that we meet a lot of men who can like cook for themselves, but like my dad really can throw down. But yeah, like my mom makes potatoes and onions, which I know seems like such a like unique thing, but or maybe it's not unique to you, but I think it is absolutely delicious, and it's literally 2 ingredients, and it's so good that I love that when my mom makes that. But yeah, Salisbury steak is one of my favorite things that she makes. Or chicken and dumplings. Oh my god, my mom's chicken and dumplings is so good, so good. I love it when she makes that. Okay, so see, like now that we're blending, it doesn't look as crazy as it did when I first put it on my head. But could you imagine if I put this directly on my skin instead of the back of my hand? I think it would look absolutely crazy. Are you more of an introvert or an extrovert? That is a great question. Because I feel like I'm an extrovert who needs introverted time. Let that sink in. Did you get it? No, I'm gonna say it one more time. Okay, I'm an extrovert who needs introverted time. Like, I could be talking and like living, you know, having a great time, whatever. Like, let me feel like, hey, I need to separate, and I will. Because I just sometimes need that introverted time to come back into myself. I think I am a 50-50 split of both, because there are times that like I can go quiet and be by myself for such a long time and not say a word. And there's other times I do want to talk and I want to laugh and I want to kiki, right? And so I think it just kind of depends on that day, that environment. I think that when it comes to like meeting new people, I think I'm really good at like displaying my nervousness by using my extroverted side. So you might not even really tell that I'm nervous because my extroverted side is like doing its thing. But on the inside, what's that episode with SpongeBob and like the file cabinets are on fire? Like, that's me. Like, that's me. But I'm not gonna like tell you that because then you'll know my secret. And no, Batman, Superman, they couldn't be superheroes if you knew who they were. So I can't tell you, you know, how I use, you know, my superpower to help me get through the day, right? But I know I just told you now, but you know what I mean. And so I think that really helps me. So I feel like it's good for me to have a good blend of people, like some extroverted, some introverted, right? But I think something that I really do focus on is inclusivity. Like, I really don't like anybody to feel like left out or anyone to feel that like they're being excluded. So if that means I gotta use my extrovertness to be like, hey girl, come here, like, how you doing? Like, I will do that, right? But if I'm in like an introverted environment, I can definitely like switch it off and mute. I mean, crickets. So I just use the Say Medium Bronze. I'm gonna go a little closer. Yeah, Say Medium Bronze. And I really love this. It's in like a shade Sun Melt. So I usually go over it to give me a little bit more of a better base. For my bronzer after I use that Morphe Sun Drops. So let's get into blush. I'm gonna use the Danessa Myricks Golden Hour. Look how pretty this is. Wow, that is gorgeous. Okay, there we go, I opened it. Yes, look at it, it's so pretty. Okay, this one is very pigmented. So please be advised, it's very pigmented. So I only take like 1 or 2, and then I'm gonna dab it back on my hand to make sure. And so see how pigmented that is? Like, that's just, I only stuck it in there for like 2 seconds. You can already see like the difference. Okay, it says if you could have any dinner with 3 people dead or alive, who would that be? Oh, that's a good one. Okay, Anita Baker, I have to know her. I feel like Anita Baker, Kehlani, I have been a fan since high school, maybe past high school. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I would say that. And one more person, dead or alive. I'm trying to think of someone who's not currently present with us to choose from. It's a really hard ask. I'm really trying to be intentional, and I can't really think. That's tough. I'm gonna use the LYS blush in the shade Courageous. Yeah, I really like that color. But I only need a little. Like this, I definitely could have put on the back of my hands, but I didn't. I'm really trying to think who would be. I said Anita Baker. I said Milani. Who else? I'm gonna just go ahead and say Monk. Or Tony. You know, I mean, his government name is Tony. Him. I would really love to meet him. Because I just think he is so funny. Okay, I know, again, that does look very pigmented, but just bear with me because we haven't even done foundation yet. So it's gonna get muted a little bit. What's a weird or unique talent you have? Ooh, that is a very interesting question. What's a unique talent or weird talent? What's something weird? Because I literally feel I am weird. What? So I don't even know what to say to that. I don't know if I have an answer to that. What's a unique or weird talent you have? That's so hard. What's a unique, weird talent I have? Yeah, I have some. I just can't think of that. Let's skip that one. I'm gonna do the Fenty Beauty Soft Lit in the shade 310. You're gonna see me put on a few foundations, and that's only just because I like coverage. So this is number 1. Only because this has like a medium to or light to medium coverage. And depending on the day, I want a little bit more. I will say I feel like the more clear your skin is, sometimes foundations like this, it looks so good. But for me, I do have some hyperpigmentation that I like to cover. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, next. What's a guilty pleasure you're not ashamed of? Ooh, a guilty pleasure I am not ashamed of. Okay, I hope this counts. I don't know if this counts. So when I eat something like pho or sushi, I have to get an additional, I just can't have one. I need another, something else. Sometimes it's the same meal twice or not. And I feel that is why would you do that? Because I need to. I don't know what it is. If I have sushi once, I need it a second time. Sometimes in the same day, sometimes the next day. Okay, I already told you we were looking a little much, but again, trust the process. I'm trying to think, what's that guilty pleasure you were not ashamed of? I'm not a big reality TV person, but I feel like my coworkers keep me in tune of what's going on Love Island and stuff. So I wouldn't say that because I don't watch that. Reality TV. I definitely love eating in my bed. I know for those who are oh my god, I love that. I really do love eating in my bed. What's a guilty pleasure? Should we look up the definition of a guilty pleasure? Like, do I not know what a guilty pleasure is? Let's do it. Google. When in doubt, go to Google. Go to Google. What is a guilty pleasure? Something such as a movie, television show, or a piece of music. Okay, so what's the example? It's a behavior and activity that provides joy and excitement to an individual. Oh, okay. The grocery store. I love the grocery store. Like, if I could live in the grocery store, I would live in the grocery store. I love when I go down the drink aisle and the drinks are colored. They're color coordinated. Right? I mean, I love that. Like, I love being able to see something on like TikTok or social media and then like go and create it, because that's just how I saw the vision. Like, I knew that I need to go make it. And so that's something that brings me a lot of happiness. And I don't know that if people get as happy as I get when we go to the grocery store. Like, if you say, hey, Kelsey, you want to go to the grocery store? I am going. Like, purse in hand, in the car. I don't care how I look. I don't care what time. If you are going to go pay for one item for me at the grocery store, I will go. Like, first date at the grocery store. Like, because let me see how you grocery shop. I feel like how people grocery shop genuinely tells you, like, you know, their brain. Like, where do you start? Like, do you start in the fruit section or do you start in the dairy section? Like, do you get coffee first? Like, do you get your meats or veggies? Like, how do you start? I think it tells a lot about a person. So yes. What's something you really care about or believe in strongly? I really believe in strongly about self-care and taking care of myself. But not only that, I feel like I strongly care about Black women. You know what I'm saying? Black women taking care of themselves. Like, I've seen it so many times, whether it's my aunties or friends or my mom, right? I mean, Black women are just known to put things like on our backs. And I always love when I can see, I don't know, like us really pouring into each other. And that's something I am super invested in, is seeing that we do that for ourselves. I strongly believe right now that I am not focusing on getting a partner. That is just not something at this 10 seconds I am focused on. For right now, I feel like the focus is really making sure that I am taking care of me and what I need for myself, and then that will come, right? But I feel like that's something I strongly believe right now, is like using my 20s to really focus on me and what I want to do. And I'm not saying that, again, if somebody comes along that I wouldn't be open. It's just, that's just not my main concern at this 10 seconds. And that's something I, again, am not focused on. I think something else would be therapy. I'm really trying to get into that. I think a lot of times in different family settings or even just culture, we're taught to keep our business to ourselves. And I just don't believe in that. I would like to be on some of the traits or things that I have. Like, I want to be on top. Like, I want to make sure that, like, I have opinions and ideas that are not because someone told me to have them or someone thought I should have them. Like, they're genuinely because that's what I believe. The next question is, what motivates you to keep going when things get tough? Whew, child. Let's talk about that. Ooh. Something that motivates me when things get tough. I would say, like, I feel like of course I want to give the credit to, like, my parents, because, like, obviously they have taught me so much and have poured into me so much. But I feel like, really, I would say I feel like God. I mean, right? Like, continues to show up in my life, like, when at times that, you know, I thought it was all by myself, that it was just me, right? And it's having that faith around me. I feel like it really helps me in times where, you know, my quietest moments where I don't think something is going my way or I'm not understanding. Like, I feel like those quiet moments where I'm just able to see a sign or something that tells me, hey, but what motivates me to keep going? Like, I really feel like it's the belief in him, two, the belief that almost everything daily is so temporary. So I feel like, okay, this is only just for now. Like, this is gonna change. Like, this is not something that will always be there. I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath, I think it's the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. But I would probably say that. Like, but I feel like also my parents telling me like, oh, hey, like, this is what they've been through. And I'm like, oh, wow, like, maybe it really isn't that bad. Right? I think sometimes we can think like our own situation is really bad until like you really touch some grass and you understand like, whoa, everybody going through something. Right? And just because you're going through something doesn't mean that you're not normal, or how can I say this? Like, just because your thing isn't as big as their thing doesn't mean you're not going through something too, right? And I think that also motivates me sometimes. Like, we are all going through something, but not everybody is going to be as vocal about what they're going through at that 10 seconds. So I think that like motivates me of like, hey, like, it's not just you. It's not just you. A lot of people going through things, right? How would your friends describe you? I think it depends on the friend. My introverted people might be like, she's such an introvert, right? And then I feel like the extroverted people would be like, oh my gosh, she's an extrovert. I would think my friends would describe me as someone who has a lot of empathy. And so like, I'm very empathetic. And I apparently have been that way for quite a while, per my parents, that I would say that. But I think I'm someone who, I love life. I am very much a literalist, which means I take you exactly for what you say, which sometimes I think I don't mean to do that, but then other times it definitely shows that I am a literalist because I take you for exactly what you say. And sometimes you're like, well, I didn't mean it like that. And it's like, hold on, that's how you said it, right? I think they would say I'm very intentional about the things that I do and how I do them. I think they would say I'm a dreamer, someone who dreams very vividly. I'm someone who, again, loves the big moments, but enjoys the quiet moments too, right? The little wins, the big wins, right? I love it. I love it all. But I think that's so easy. Like, that's so easy for me to answer because it's me, but like, I would have to get a second opinion. What's a moment in your life that really shaped who you are? Great question. So in January, I did 75 hard, and that really shaped me. I think that in that point in time in my life, I was going through quite a bit, not only in like work-wise, but just like personal. And I felt like that challenge really made me like focus on myself solely and like not anything really happening around me. And that really made me want to like lock in with myself. And I felt like that really helped me to really see how important it is to take care of yourself. It is so important. And in the times where like I forgot about that, it is crazy and I recorded myself like every day, and like I would talk to myself and say like, oh, like, hey, like this is Kelsey doing the challenge day 1, day 2, day 3, which for me that was really meaningful, because on the days that like I didn't want to do it, right, and like I didn't want to either do the 2 workouts, or I didn't want to eat right, or whatever the case may be, like it was those days that I recorded that really helped me like get through it, because it is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. I have tried to do 75 hard 6 times and I didn't succeed until the 7th time, which 7 is a number I really love. And it's also, right, completion. So I just think that's very interesting how, right, it took that time. But I'm trying to see, do I want to share y'all this video, because there's a video and it's me crying, and it was very personal to me that I was like, wow, like I really need to get together. Let me see if I can find it, because oh wow, it is quite emotional. Again, this video is quite emotional. Again, just me talking to me. Let me see. And let you know that I love you so much, but I'm mad at you, girl. Ooh, I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you because you didn't take care of yourself. And I guess I love you so much I can tell you I'm mad at you, and I'm pissed because we have let so many outside circumstances and our job, and I mean just so many things that do not matter if we can't take care of ourselves. So I need you to take care of me, because I'm trying to take care of us. I really am. So I need you to do this work, and I'm gonna heal us, and I'm gonna put us back together, because we should have never been broken in the first place. But that's okay. Like I said, we made our amends. I love you. But yeah, I'm about to take care of us. We about to get in our word. We're about to fill our stuff up with positivity, no negativity. We're gonna be there for each other, and I'm gonna take care of you. So I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, I'm too emotional. Bye. Wow, that literally just brought tears back to my eyes. Wow, but yeah, that challenge like changed my life, because again, like I said, I solely had to focus on myself, right? Like I had to tell myself, you are doing this for you and you only, right? And it's just so important at the end of the day that I need to do what I need to do for me. Like again, nothing else can work if we're not taking care of ourselves, right? And so I think it's just really important that I did that. But again, like I said, I recorded a video every day. That one just tended to be emotional, but that was day 4, right? And it was freezing cold in Houston, and I was tired, and yeah. I get a lot of questions about would I recommend that to someone to do, and that's the part that I don't think I could tell someone like, oh, I think you should do the challenge. Like it's not something to me that I think you can tell people to do, because it's like you have to want to do that. Like you have to want to make a change. And so I would say again, like if you are willing to make a change, like that's different. But to tell somebody like, oh, hey, I think you should really do this challenge. Like, I'm not going to be there with you every day, right? I'm not going to be there to remind you, like, hey, you really shouldn't be eating that. Hey, did you drink your water? Did you do your workout? Like, I'm not going to be there for that part. So it's kind of hard for me to tell someone, oh, hey, I think you should go do it. Can I say that, did it change, again, like I said, my life? Absolutely. Right? Like I said, the amount of discipline that I had to have to complete it, and that discipline is really like self-care, because again, like I said, it is you taking care of you. And so for me, yes, I think it was good. But again, was there days that I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Absolutely. But I felt like, again, I had a really good support system that kind of helped me with the goal. But I also felt like I told people, like, hey, I can't go outside. I can't go. If I go outside, I'm gonna eat. So I took my food everywhere with me. I took my meals everywhere with me, right? And it was my birthday and I wanted to go to New Orleans. And I did. I went with my parents and I still was on 75 hard. So I still had to work out. I still had to eat good. I did not have no alcohol during Mardi Gras. None. See, I don't know how to teach someone to do that. Like, that just takes you knowing, like, okay, hey, you really shouldn't be doing that. And so I didn't. But best believe, day one off the challenge, for one meal, because again, can't spaz out, I did have something that I really wanted. And then for my birthday dinner, my parents and I go to Houston's every year, except last year we went to Eddie V's. And like, that was so rewarding. But like, just to see how like it really changed me, because again, like my coworkers, like I had all these different accountability partners who really like was like, oh, hey, like, did you do that? Or hey, like, girl, you know you're not supposed to be having that. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, so many people who were checking in on my journey. But at the same time, like, everybody is not going to be supportive. Everybody is possibly maybe thinking like, why are you doing this? You look fine. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I feel like it really just takes you knowing like this is what you want to do, and then going from there, and then deciding like, yeah, that is what I want to do. And I don't care what nobody has to say about it, because at the end of the day, like, you're the one doing this challenge, not anybody else. So if you don't like it, sorry to you. Oh, sorry, I felt like that was really direct. Okay. Do you have any pets? I do not currently. I grew up with a miniature schnauzer. Her name was Gigi, and I absolutely loved her. And she died a while back. And since then, no, I have not gotten another pet. Do I want one? Absolutely. I love working with the Houston Humane. I do this program called Doggy Day Out. That's where you basically take a dog out and try to acclimate it to like the environment. And also get it seen by people who maybe don't know, like, hey, there are a lot of dogs in the shelters right now, and they really do need quite a bit of support, like whether that's you like donating food or like fostering or whatever the case may be. Like, there's a lot of need for that. So I feel by doing that, I'm able to tell people like, hey, really should be doing it. So I feel like I would want another schnauzer. But at the same time, I really would want a dog from the shelter, so I'm not really sure what I would do. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer Praline. Absolutely love this. This is like my skin shade. I need a lighter shade, because this is just too tea. Like, as somebody who, like, I can get a lot of creases under my eyes, or also sometimes my eyes get watery. Like, she, so good. I mean, I have a lot of concealers. Like, I have, let me think. I have the Hourglass, I have Haas, Labs, I have Fenty. Like, I have quite a few. And this is one of the ones I just reach for always. So I'm going to take this little brush here. Let me see. I'm going to use this mirror because I can't see that up close. So yes, I do want a pet. I absolutely love dogs. Okay, let me see. I think I'm going to show y'all so y'all can see too. Okay, there we go. So we can get a little closer. Okay, I just want y'all to see like the way this thing covers. It's so good. Like, you only need a little, but I think I might have grabbed a lot. But it's okay. We're just gonna blend it out. Like, do y'all see the difference between that and that? That is just so nice. Let me see. Let me see if I can bring my light down. There we go. I can just really show you. Like, it might look a little bright, but it's really not too bad. And I always take it up like this so I can cut my my eyeshadow. So that way when I set my makeup, I already cut my eyeshadow. And I know you think like, oh, we're taking away some of the blush. That's fine, because I'm gonna add it back. A YouTube specific question. It says, what can people expect from your channel? I would say people can expect like showing me, like showing my life, obviously, like what I'm doing, the hobbies I'm picking up, but also too, I feel like let it show that a use of free will is something I'm really trying to focus on. Like, we all get the same 24 hours, right? We all get the ability to, well, we don't get to, baby. God wakes us up in the morning, you know what I mean? But we all get 24 hours. And I think the difference between people who are happy in life and people who maybe don't feel as happy is that, again, they're using their free will, right? They're finding ways to make the best out of different situations, right? And I just feel like that's something that I want people to get out of my channel, right? Of course, like fashion tips, right? And like the things that I'm loving currently buying. But also too, like I said again, like what's it like to be grateful for the things that you have, right? To enjoy the things that are given to you, right? I think it's something that like I'm really big on. I think that people can expect like traveling, because I need to travel. Like, that is something that I'm really passionate about doing, especially solo traveling, because again, as I told you guys earlier, like I'm not really focused on at this 10 seconds like having a man or having a partner. So it's like I need to be, you know, really just exploring things by myself, because also like when you grow as a person, right, it helps you be a better partner as well. So like I want to be more cultured, I want to experience new things, and I feel like traveling is something that's a great way to do that. And you don't always need to travel, like, I mean, obviously it's great if you can travel abroad, right? You can go far. But also if you need to just, you know, like be able, you know, like travel to a different state, right? Like it's not always about the furthest you can go. Not everybody can afford that, can afford to travel outside of the country, right? And so I think it's just really big about us being intentional about that. Okay, I'm gonna do my lashes and come back. So I don't have any lips with me at this current moment because I am not sure where my little lip kit situation is. So we're gonna create a lip. Using my eyeshadow palette. And then later on I probably will change it once I find it. Like, is this what they did before we had lip liners? Were people using eyeshadow? I feel like they were. I feel like I know that. Because we did not always have the privilege of having these lip kits, or lip pencils, should I say. Okay, let's do a little concealer. I'm just gonna use what was ever on that brush and then go back in. Let's see, I do have a Milani lip gloss right in front of me. How awesome is that? And one thing Milani is gonna do is what it needs to do. And I think that will do what we need it to do for this 10 seconds. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this get ready. I hope you love the look. And like I said, I think the yellow is really nice. And yeah, thanks for getting to know me, and I hope to see you next time, darling. Bye.